In the gym, on the track, in the ring, we don't just train muscles, we train our spirit. And here's the truth that too many people run from: you're going to fail, you're going to miss reps, drop weights, gas out before the finish line. You will lose, but losing, that's part of the grind. Losing is where the magic happens. Every failed lift, every missed goal, every time your body screams stop, is a chance to grow. A champion isn't someone who never falls. A champion is someone who refuses to stay down. And in fitness, your losses aren't permanent. They're practice rounds for your victory. Pain is your teacher. Pain is not your enemy. It's your greatest coach. Every time your muscles burn in the gym, every time your lungs feel like they're on fire during that last sprint, every time sweat blinds your eyes while you push one more rep, that's pain telling you, this is where you grow. Most people run from it. Most people quit the second it gets uncomfortable. But not you. You're here because you've decided that comfort will never give you the life you want. In the gym, pain is feedback. It's the language your body uses to say, you're on the edge of breaking through. And guess what? Growth doesn't happen in the warm-up. Growth happens in that moment when your body says stop, but your mind says one more. That's the line between winners and quitters. Think about it. Every muscle you've ever built came from tearing fibers down. That tearing is micro damage. It hurts, but without it, you stay the same. Without pain, you stay weak. Without pain, you never earn the right to look in the mirror and say, I built this. Life works the same way. The setbacks, pain, the failures, pain, the heartbreak, pain, but each one is an invitation to rebuild stronger. Every loss in the gym and in life is a lesson disguised as a bruise. You don't get to skip the lessons if you want the results. Here's the truth: no one likes to hear pain will be there whether you chase your goals or not. You can feel the pain of discipline now, or you can feel the pain of regret later. One pain builds you, the other breaks you. The difference is in the choice you make today. So the next time the bar feels too heavy, the next time your legs scream enough, the next time your mind says let's quit, you remind yourself, this is my teacher, this is my tuition, this is how I earn my body, this is how I earn my life. Because the gym is the safest place to learn to suffer well. In here, the pain is controlled. Out there in life, it isn't. If you can endure the pain of a workout, you can endure the pain of chasing a dream, of failing and getting back up, of going through the storm and coming out unbroken. Pain strips you down, it humbles you, but it also rebuilds you into someone who can handle more than the average person. That's why the strongest people in the room aren't just physically strong, they're mentally bulletproof. They've been here before. They've been under the weight before. They know what it means to struggle and survive. So stop treating pain like a curse. Treat it like a training partner. Every drop of sweat, every muscle ache, every deep breath that feels like fire, that's you becoming a different person, a tougher person, a person who can't be pushed over by life's storms. Pain is proof you're not just existing, you're evolving. Discipline over motivation. Motivation is a spark. Discipline is the fire that never goes out. Motivation feels good when it's there, but the truth is, it won't always show up. There will be mornings when the alarm goes off and you feel nothing. No drive, no energy, no excitement. Those mornings are where discipline steps in and says, we're going anyway. Discipline doesn't care if you're tired. It doesn't care if it's raining. It doesn't care if your body aches from yesterday's workout. Discipline says, this is who I am, and this is what I do. Motivation waits for feelings. Discipline waits for nothing. In fitness and in life, the ones who win are not the ones who always feel like it. They're the ones who show up no matter what. They're the ones who tie their shoes and step into the gym when their mind is screaming for comfort. They're the ones who know that consistency will take them further than bursts of temporary excitement. Here's the truth: the days you don't want to train are the days you grow the most. Why? Because you're proving to yourself that your goals are not negotiable. You're telling your body and your mind that quitting is not even on the table. Think about the strongest people you know. They didn't get there by working hard only when it was convenient. They built their strength by working hard when it was hard, by pushing forward when nobody was watching, by following through when every excuse was screaming at them to stop. Motivation says, "I'll do it when I feel like it." Discipline says, "I'll do it because it needs to be done." And when you live by discipline, you stop asking yourself whether or not you're in the mood. You just move, you just execute. In the gym, discipline means sticking to your program even when you plateau. It means eating clean even when junk food is calling your name. It means finishing every set, every rep, even when your arms are shaking. It's not glamorous, but it works. And here's the thing, discipline is contagious. Once you build it in the gym, it bleeds into every part of your life. You start showing up to work earlier. You start keeping your promises. You stop procrastinating on the hard stuff. You become someone who can be counted on not just by others, but by yourself. Motivation is an emotion. Discipline is a decision. One fades, the other stays. One is like lightning bright, but gone in a flash. The other is like the sun, it rises every single day without fail. So stop chasing motivation and start building discipline, because one day the excitement will be gone, the crowd will be gone, the hype will be gone, and all that will be left is you, your goal, and the choice to move or quit. And when that day comes, the day you don't want to, the day you're tired, the day you'd rather stay home, you'll hear that small voice inside you whisper, "This is what we do. This is who we are. We don't stop." That's discipline. And that's how you win. The power of recovery and rest in fitness. Most people think progress happens when they're lifting the weights, running the miles, or pushing through sweat-soaked workouts. And yes, that's where you challenge your body. But here's the truth most ignore. Growth doesn't happen during the workout. It happens after. It happens in recovery. Your muscles don't get stronger in the gym. They get stronger when you give them the time and fuel to rebuild. When you sleep, when you eat right, when you let your body recharge. But too many people think that more is always the answer. More hours in the gym, more sets, more miles, more punishment. They grind without rest, and then they wonder why they hit a wall. Burnout is not a badge of honor. It's your body begging for balance. Rest is not weakness, it's strategy. Professional athletes understand this. They train hard, but they also schedule recovery days with precision. They know that overtraining doesn't make you a champion, it makes you broken. And recovery isn't just about your body, it's about your mind. You can't expect to be mentally sharp if you're running on fumes. Fatigue will cloud your focus, drain your energy, and steal your motivation. You need moments of stillness. You need to recharge your mind the same way you recharge your muscles. This is where discipline comes in again. Because rest doesn't mean laziness. Rest means intentional recovery. It means you're eating foods that fuel you, not sabotage you. It means you're getting quality sleep, not staying up until 3 a.m. scrolling your phone. It means active recovery, stretching, mobility work, a walk outside to keep your blood flowing. Think of your body like a high-performance engine. You can't redline it every single day and expect it to last. Even the fastest race cars need pit stops. If you skip those pit stops, you won't finish the race. Some of the strongest athletes in the world spend more time recovering than they do training. Why? Because they understand that rest doesn't slow them down, it sets them up to go harder next time. It makes their training sessions more effective. It keeps them in the game longer. But here's the challenge. In our hustle culture, we've been trained to feel guilty for resting. We think if we're not grinding every second, we're falling behind. That's a lie. Rest isn't taking you away from your goals, it's propelling you toward them. So, I want you to remember this. Sleep is part of training. Nutrition is part of training. Stretching is part of training. Your body is a machine that will give you incredible results, but only if you treat it with respect. And when you do, you'll find something powerful happens. You stop just surviving your workouts and start dominating them. You stop dragging yourself into the gym and start attacking each session with energy, focus, and fire. The champions understand this. The committed understand this. The winners understand this. They train hard. They recover harder. They live in a cycle of push and recharge, knowing that's the formula for lasting results. So don't see recovery as the pause button. See it as the reload button, because when you recover right, you come back sharper, stronger, and hungrier than before. And that's how you keep winning year after year. The art of losing loss is not the end, it's the teacher. It's the fire that forges champions. Every time you stumble, every time you fail, every time life knocks you flat on the ground, you are being handed a choice: stay down or rise stronger. In fitness, in sports, in life, losing strips away your excuses. It shows you exactly where you're weak, and that's not a curse, that's a gift, because once you see your weaknesses, you can turn them into your strengths. The art of losing is not about avoiding pain. It's about embracing it. It's about letting the setback fuel your comeback. It's about standing in front of the mirror after defeat and saying, "This is not how my story ends, so train harder, recover smarter." Keep fighting, because every loss you take today is shaping the victory you'll earn tomorrow. And when that day comes, you'll be unstoppable.